The Philadelphia Eagles will travel down south to face the Atlanta Falcons in a Battle of the Birds Week 1 matchup. After disappointing seasons, head coach Dan Quinn and Super Bowl winning head coach Doug Peterson were let go. The Eagles hired Nick Sirianni to replace Doug Peterson, and Dan Quinn was replaced by Arthur Smith in Atlanta. Carson Wentz would go on to have his worst starting season as an NFL quarterback in 2020. Midway through the Green Bay Packer game week 12, he was replaced after going an anemic 79 yards and no touchdowns. He was replaced by Jalen Hurts, who came in and gave the Eagles an instant spark. Jalen Hurts would go on to play 3.5 games as the NFL starter and throw 6 touchdowns with 4 interceptions. He flashed a lot of greatness in the air and as a runner, but had a low completion percentage of 52%. It was behind a banged-up Eagles offensive line who struggled with injuries all year. So, with that said, 14 different starting O-line combinations during a 16-game season. We'll look to see them bounce back this year behind a healthy offensive line led by center Kelsey, who was the constant in the lineup last season. It's worth noting that last year, Carson Wentz held on the ball entirely too long, and that can really burden an offensive line who is already struggling with replacing guys and trying to get healthy. On the other side of the ball, the Eagles secondary will have their hands full with Calvin Ridley, who is now the number 1 option, who led the team with 90 receptions, with 1,374 yards and 9 touchdowns. Russell Gage is also a very solid number 2 option, with Kyle Pitts, the tight end, who is the number 4 overall pick, who a lot of people think is going to have a very explosive rookie year. The Eagles secondary is led by veteran Darius Slay, who is in his 2nd year with the Eagles, and the new bird Steven Nelson, who came from the Steelers last year. Steve Nelson, the new addition, is familiar with the Eagles after intercepting Carson Wentz last year 2 times in 1 game. Jim Schwartz was also let go and replaced by Jonathan Gannon, who was formerly with the Indianapolis Colts last season. The Eagles secondary is far more talented and improved from last year's roster with additions of safety Anthony Harris, who's a ball hawk who came from the Vikings last year. He's intercepted Matt Ryan before, so let's see if history repeats itself. Also look for newly acquired Andre Sacheret to make some plays. The Falcons arguably had the worst ranked passing defense in the league last year, ranking 32nd in the league in pass yards per game. Falcons have 2 new starters at the safety position, and they're bringing back former first-round pick A.J. Terrell, who had a solid year and is going to look to improve on his 2nd year with the Falcons. A.J. will have a tough task guarding 10th overall pick Devonta Smith in his debut as an Eagle. Devonta flashed elite route running skills at college at Alabama, earning him the Heisman Trophy, who's the 2nd wide receiver to win the prestigious award.
First off, I would like to thank God. Without him, none of this would be possible.
Devonta's hard-cutting, route-running ability could really give the Falcons secondary fits all game long, especially since this is going to be his first game and they don't have much film on the Eagles. I could easily see Devonta going for well over 100 yards against this secondary. 2nd-year wide receiver Jalen Reagor is going to look to build on a strong camp, along with 2nd-year speedster wide receiver Quez Watkins, who flashed elite-level speed against the Steelers in the preseason game. I see Jalen benefiting a lot, especially in the screen game with these speedster receivers and running backs. The Eagles also have the best tight end duo in the National Football League, so I look for them to take full advantage of that in 12 personnel. Zach Ertz was rumored to leave the Birds this offseason, but he is back in Midnight Green, looking to have a great bounce-back season after an injury-plagued season of 2020. Hurts should have an ample amount of time in the pocket, due to the fact that the Falcons only mustered 29 sacks last year, which was tied for 23rd in the league. They also finished 24th in pressures at the quarterback, so look for Hurts to have a big day in the air. The same may not be able to be said for Matt Ryan, who is going up against the Eagles defensive line, who was really sneaky good in 2020 with 49 sacks, which was tied for 3rd most.
Saved him, 6'3". He can't block me one-on-one. Y'all better get us some help.
Josh Sweat and Hargrave make this defensive line extremely tough, especially for an offensive line who struggled at times last year.
I seen your film, boy. They better help you.
Matt Ryan is a very good pocket passer, but when he has a hand in his face, he's very prone to make a mistake, such as an interception. He's definitely not the most mobile or dynamic quarterback on the ground. So if we can get pressure up the gut, that could provide the pressure that the secondary needs to come up with some turnovers and some big plays that can change the entirety of the game. Matt Ryan will have some help in the backfield with former Panthers running back Mike Davis as their starter this year with 642 yards and 6 touchdowns on 165 carries last year. That should definitely give the Falcons a little bit of a boost. He's also very good at catching the ball with 59 receptions for 379 yards and 2 touchdowns. But with that said, the Eagles definitely have the advantage here. They have Miles Sanders returning after a down year last year with injuries, but they also have a dynamic quarterback in Jalen Hurts who can get busy on the ground as well. My X Factor player to watch in this game is rookie 5th rounder Kenneth Gainwell, also known as Kenny G. He had a very successful training camp in preseason, and I just see him being that X Factor running back in this game. Both the Eagles and the Falcons are looking to have a bounce back year after finishing with a combined total 8 wins in 2020. Both teams have added exciting players in the draft and through free agency, so this should make for a fun game to start off the 2021 NFL season. Let me know in the comments who you think will win. I have the edge going to the Eagles in this one. With that said, get ready for a Battle of the Birds in Atlanta next week. I'm Bry Wolf. Fly Eagles fly. Keep it real always.
Right now, we're into that 17-round heavyweight championship fight, round 1 in Atlanta.